Welcome back. For most newlyweds, your honeymoon is the trip of a lifetime. But after 2 full years of a pandemic, we're a bit out of practice. I don't like saying it anymore. We're a bit out of practice with getting away.
Well, here now with her tips on booking an epic post-wedding holiday is Michelle Walsh Jackson from thenoveltraveller.com.
Morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Michelle. We've loads of great suggestions, so we'll dive straight in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we going first?
Well, we're heading to Barbados first.
Oh,
and you know,
if only.
when you go to somewhere like this, you must book with a travel agent because really you don't want anything to go wrong on a really special holiday like this.
Yeah.
And you know, especially when we've seen sort of all sorts of disruptions,
Absolutely.
you want to have, this is going to be a special holiday. Now, Barbados, you think, oh my God, it's really far away. It's actually not too bad. You can get a flight straight there from London. It's about 8.5, 9 hours.
Okay.
It's just on the edge of the Atlantic. So it's really good to book in during hurricane season because they don't get hurricanes like the rest of the Caribbean islands.
Right,
They're much luckier because, you know, that's something you're nervous of when you're booking there. So, you know, it's on the Eastern Caribbean. It's on the edge of the Atlantic. The Bajans are great fun. And if you go there at the end of July, they have the crop over, which is like festival time, and they're all dressed up. You've got the Mardi Gras atmosphere, and that's a really good experience.
It does, just when someone says the word paradise, it just brings to mind.
It does, and actually I know a couple of people who've honeymooned in Barbados. We did St. Lucia, and that was one of the options. We got married in October, though, so exactly as you said, I didn't realise anything about a hurricane season, and the guy at the travel agent was like, and the hurricane season, I'm going, I'm sorry, what? No, yeah, exactly.
And this is why we have travel agents, and you go to them because they are experts on
and
those details.
Yeah,
there are. I've got a great one here from Sunray, and this is staying on the west side of the island in St. James's Bay, which is really important. And this is, as I said with Sunray, it's St. James's Bay, the Mango Beach Hotel, and it's 2,300 per person, but it's all inclusive, so that covers everything. Do you know what I mean? And you're in a beautiful part of the island.
Absolutely.
And it's you know, sea turtles. I went there.
And one holiday that you do splash out on.
Completely, and you know, it was my first time swimming with sea turtles, and that is just
fabulous.
mind-blowing.
Speaking of once in a lifetime type holidays,
Seychelles
is another one of those, isn't it? It's just one of those places that you go.
It stays, the memory of it stayed with me still. I was there in 2014. There are 115 islands in the Seychelles, but there's generally 3 that most people visit. Mahé is the main island, and then there's Praslin and Ladiga, and they're all magical, and they have a different kind of speciality. They're granite islands and atolls, so you've got, you know, really, really sandy, or you've got, you know, the rocks, but Seychelles is just magical. They have these giant tortoises, where you only see it, they're like 200 years old, and the only other place you'll see them really is the Galapagos Islands. So they really are great into conservation and nature, and you'll really be whisked away.
And in terms of getting there,
well, actually, I've got a package here with Etihad, so you're flying just one stop. And you know, when you go on a destination so far away, it's really nice to have a little short mini break and break it up, either on the way out or on the way back.
And it's all part of it, isn't
it? The travel, you know, is part of it.
So how do we get there?
You know, this is with Classic Resorts, and they've got a package. It's 6,345 for 2 of you.
Okay.
So it's now that is a luxury 12-night package. You're staying. Actually, it's actually, I think it's 13 nights because you're traveling, of course. But it's staying on 3 islands and 5-star Kempinski, Domaine de la Reserve, which I stayed in, and the Seychelles has the most amazing stars at night. You just look up, and one of the islands has no street lights.
You've sold it completely.
I'm like, can we go?
Can we go this evening?
Any chance of doing a show from the Seychelles? We get the next part of the wedding. I forget never stay.
Like, it sounds a lot, but it's like
between the 2 of you.
Well, absolutely, and it's all included.
And it's 5-star.
Yes.
It's where you spend your cash.
And your
honeymoon, if you know what I mean, if you want to go big and, you know, go away. And speaking of which, this is something that you and I had spoken about that I would love to do, which is like looking at going on a cruise. And it's one of those things I hear more and more people saying, especially for honeymoons.
And you've got that all-inclusive element as well. And Celebrity are a wonderful brand. They're a luxury brand for a large-sized ship, so there'll be about 2,000 generally, you know, passengers on board, and same with staff. But it's really luxury, and I have a lovely package here starting in.
Oh wow, look at that.
You know, like the interiors of these ships, they're just like luxury 5-star hotels, really. You know.
Absolutely.
And there's so many amenities, from casinos to art galleries. You know, you can play cards in the evening. You can do
theaters.
And then the theatres are like proper Cirque du Soleil type shows, you know. So this is a lovely one where they stop off in Villefranche, and it's the Western Med. So you've got Rome, Portofino, Pisa and Florence, they're all included in this.
Rome, Portofino.
All your favourite places. And you stop off and you can actually stay on board if you want to just relax and have a ship to yourself. But this is a great price. This is on the brand new, well, they're not brand new ships, but it's the latest class of ship. And it's 1,756, and that's for the Apex going out in October. And that's for 7 nights. And then another ship in October, 1,975 for the Celebrity Beyond ship.
Okay. Is that per person?
Yeah. That's per person.
That's not bad at all.
You know, try it if you haven't tried.
Yeah, I've never done a cruise, and I've always been fascinated by it.
I see them more and more, and actually, as I said, when we were on Honeymoon in St. Lucia, all the Caribbean cruise ships, I'd never seen anything as big in my entire life. They're next level. They are. They really, and the luxury. The luxury that you see, and then, as you said, people getting to come off and have a little, you go on a little tour, and then you file back onto shop. Everything is there for you and done. I think it is one of those things that if you're going to do something that you've never done before, it's worth having.
And Celebrity have the first female captain as well.
Celebrity.
Yes, Celebrity. Yeah, the first female captain.
Great. Okay, well, let's move to our next destination then, which is Cyprus.
It's not too far. It's a 5-hour flight, and this is the ultimate love island. This is where Aphrodite apparently was born, the goddess of love, and her lovely Adonis as well. There's these beautiful waterfalls called the Adonis Falls. But Paphos is a great resort to go to for couples because it really is adult-oriented, and there's a lovely little kind of harbour, and you know, Kato Paphos is where they call like lower Paphos, but that's kind of the place to go. And you've got beautiful the tombs, you know, an amphitheatre, great history to see while you're there. But the water, the crystal water,
so picturesque, isn't it?
Stunning, isn't it? Look,
it's picturesque.
And how do you deal for us?
Yeah,
like, what have we got?
I have a lovely deal here with Sunway.
Yeah, what's the deal?
What's the deal? Come on.
How much are you going to cost me?
This is actually very. You can nearly do a holiday just 1,048 per person, and that's staying in beautiful Constantina Brothers Athena Royal Beach Hotel, which is on the beach
there it is there.
And it's absolutely stunning.
It's cool together.
Is that a week?
You know, you bring that's for a week, yeah. So you can, and you know, if you go to someone like Sunway, you can say, I want to stay another 3 or 4 nights, or I want to make it, and they'll just alter
they'll tailor it to you.
Yeah, that's it. But like, there's so many travel agents that you really. They're the experts. Go to them.
That is incredible. Like, look at that. There's just, you know, that moment of where you're just lying there. And do you know what I always think? We're talking about the wedding a couple of minutes ago with Sarah. It's the build-up, and then when you go on honeymoon, you sit back and you go, oh, I'm absolutely exhausted. But like, when you go somewhere and you have a bit of luxury around you, and you can sit up at the bar and have a drink if you're that way inclined, lie on a sun lounger, hold each other's hands.
Fab, I'm sold.
Look at the, listen, when can we leave?
Well, we're off here at 12, we can be there for 2.
Exactly, like it would be an easy sell for us, 100. And then the bit of sunshine as well helps. The weather always, I mean, obviously we've looked at, this morning we've looked at the Caribbean and the Seychelles, and Cyprus, I mean, sells itself in terms of the sun. But for somebody maybe that we're looking at staying at home and having a staycation within Ireland.
You know, not everybody gets married in a castle, but they might like the idea of a castle stay.
Yes.
So we are blessed. We have the best castles in
I know, we're show off.
We really do. And, you know, Ballycity Castle is part of the romantic castles of Ireland. So you've got Cabra Castle, you've got Marquee Castle, famous venues. But Ballycity is a lovely little hideaway. It's on 30 acres in Kerry. Nice. And, you know, my parents went back in the 60s on their honeymoon to the Ring of Kerry, you know. And it's something that, you know, you mightn't ever do in your life, go to the Ring of Kerry. But if you pick something like that,
it's really look at the weather.
And, you know, they have these beautiful wolfhound dogs that greet you as you come in. And, you know, the old Irish wolfhound dogs.
I even think of by the fire.
Oh, well,
it doesn't even have to be it'd be a fireplace there. You'd sit with a cup of tea and have a snuggle and make all the
deals on the table?
Yeah. Well, on the table,
get to the one
say 3 nights.
It's got to cost
3 nights, and this is for 2 people. This is quite reasonable for 3 nights. 757, and that's a bed and breakfast and 1 night dining in the beautiful O'Connell restaurant.
Oh, fab.
So that's
very good value, isn't it?
So
that's gorgeous.
And they're part of the original Irish Hotels group as well. So you can kind of go on their site. They've got Lochrain Castle, Kilronan Castle. Lovely.
So there's lots of options there within there.
Did you say there's a group, a romantic
castles, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so you can just go on their website or go on the original Irish Hotels website. You'll be able to look them all up.
So if you're in charge of the honeymoon, you can literally type in romantic castles.
Yeah. Well, as you say, the trick here is go to someone who'll be able to steer it, not just steer you in the right direction, but tailor the holiday for you, the honeymoon for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, on my website, The Novel Traveller, I have all these links, so you can just go on them and you'll find all the places we've talked about today. I'll just finish off with Glenlow Abbey then. Is that all right? Because that's in Connemara, you're on the edge of Connemara, but yet you're near Galway City. So, but they have this thing called the Pullman Restaurant, which is an old Pullman carriage from the Orient Express. And if you want the most romantic meal in the world, I think you've got to go there. And they have their own cinema now, and a spa has been added.
I'm sold.
So you've got, and that's 500 a night, but that's included in that is your meal, your movies, you're having Glenlow Abbey.
Spoil yourself.
That's in Ireland's.
Thank you for taking us away.
We're there. We're totally there.
Thank
you.
Well, great to see you.